KRML, the locals radio station for the Monterey Bay. Jeff White with you. It is Tuesday in the 2 o'clock hour, which means it's time for our Meals and Feels, brought to you by Meals on Wheels of the Monterey Peninsula. And we've got a veteran back in the cabin with us. We got Stephanie, one of the staff drivers. Stephanie, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
We've got exciting stuff to talk about because it's a new year. And with that, you guys have 18 new routes, which, if there's anything that I've learned about you guys, is that you're ambitious. Always.
Yes, we are.
You guys are always looking for new things to do, new places to go. And this is no different. But it comes with a caveat, right? Because if we're adding new routes, that means that there's a need for new drivers. And I want to give you guys some props because we've talked about it a couple of times. I know we had Jacob Schaefer in a couple weeks ago, and he was like, it's amazing that we've never had a wait list.
Right.
Ever. And for people that don't know, that is not necessarily the norm around the country. A lot of places, the wait list, the average, I believe, is 6 weeks.
Correct. I believe that's correct, yeah.
Somehow, you guys have managed to avoid that. How do you expand, just with this, only 18 new routes, but also make sure that nobody's on a wait list? How do you guys do this?
Well, the full credit goes to our current volunteer drivers. They are amazing, and what we've had to do is we've had to add on to our current routes, which is putting a lot of stress on our current volunteers. And so that's why we're really just pushing, if anybody can help us out, as we need more drivers. As you said, we have 18 open routes, and what we're seeing is our need in Monterey County for more food and more people needing our program is skyrocketing. And that's why we have more open routes now. And we've had some of our volunteer drivers have left. It happens. But we're really pushing. We need our drivers because we do not want to create a wait list for anybody that needs our services.
So I want folks out there that are listening, one, if you've ever thought about getting involved, now would be a really great time to do that. And not just because the whole New Year's resolution thing. No, this is just an amazing organization that you're going to directly help people. And every story that we hear when we do this is how much in return that you get. There are a lot of ways that you can volunteer. It's amazed me how there are, however long and whatever you might want to do, there are options, and they're all very important in getting out those meals to folks. And I do want to mention too that not only are there 18 new routes, but you guys, let's go ahead and cover everything. Carmel Valley, Marina, Monterey, PG, Seaside. I mean, you guys really are trying to cover as much as you absolutely can. But again, this is why those volunteers are so important.
Correct. Thank you for that. And I think that while we have multiple opportunities within our organization for volunteering, I was a volunteer driver, and I can tell you that it warms your soul to go out and meet people and be their point of contact. And if you're looking for any type of volunteering, you're retired, you want to help out, please contact us. We can really use you.
Well, and along those lines, we had Phil in here last week, and apparently you are his mom's driver. And you and Rosie apparently have gotten pretty close over the years, huh?
That's correct. She is my adopted mother, and she has taught me a lot about New York, including it's not New York, it is New York.
Yeah, it's most definitely.
Spelled Y-A-K, and I love her to death, and Philip and I talk all the time about his mother.
Well, it amazes me, those relationships that come from this. This is not just, here's your food, and goodbye. And sometimes it can be a quick interaction, but sometimes you develop these relationships that become friendships that span over the years. And besides the meals being as important as they are for nutrition, the relationships that come from what you guys do, I would argue, are every bit as important. And allowing folks to keep their dignity, to feel human, to feel connected. I mean, we're created that way, right? We need that. And sometimes you guys are the only service or friend that is visiting on a weekly basis.
Exactly. While I have transitioned to employment with Meals on Wheels, I'm still connected to my clients that I used to drive for. In fact, when I'm out doing my other role, I still stop by and say hello.
I love that. Well, if folks are out there listening, they're like, I'd like to find out more how I could volunteer. What's the best way to do it?
Please get on the website and call Susan Elwood.
Will do. Well, it's MOWMP.org. Go check that out. There are a multitude of resources on there. You can learn so much about Meals on Wheels. You can find out how to get involved and ultimately do something really great and high impactful in this community. Thanks again for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much.